Congratulations, you guys, on this film. Absolutely loved it. Could you talk to me a little bit about the beautiful blending of the genres? We have some sci-fi, some romance, some childlike innocence going on.
Yeah. Scarlett's going to tell you all about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think our, the film to me has a existential quality to it. And so I think there is a little bit of that kind of, stream of consciousness feeling, which is, I think, why it has, as you're describing this, genre blending feeling about it. But I think, it's the work that we were doing feels very grounded in, the reality of the characters that we're playing and what we're doing in that moment, and what the, current state of affairs is in the environment that we're in. And, it's very much feels like a character, intimate character piece between us. Yeah. And then in the backdrop of this very, stylized world.
I think that's a tribute to Wes too, is like keeping everyone focused to like that the thing that you're doing is the most important thing you can be doing at that time. And then, you're in these scenes and playing it. Then the next day you shoot a scene with an alien and you forgot there was an alien in the movie. You know what I mean? Because so it really, but I think it's beautiful. I love and it's also, it's a 50s movie, which I feel like is a era of blending all of these, the future and the past. Yeah. And so.
That's a really good point. I do want to ask you both about transforming into your characters and really stepping into this world. Specifically, Scarlett, I loved the black hair. What was it like transforming into Midge?
I loved playing Midge because she is, very, she's very confident. She's very, she's had this illustrious career and she's used to being the center of attention. And so she's totally comfortable being absolutely herself in the moment or whoever she wants to be or whatever character she feels like presenting, and taking time and, okay with all those long pauses and moments and just to be observed. I mean, it's fun to play someone that's that self-absorbed and possibly, like sociopathic.
It's fun though to watch because she really was like, you look like like a movie, like the hair, just in your room there working on your part, working on your scene, your lines, and just like fascinating character. Yeah. So great.
What was the hairstyle inspired by? Do you know?
I think it has a little bit of like a Jane Russell-y kind of vibe to it. Rosalind Russell-y kind of anti-meme thing going on.
I kept thinking Lucille Ball if she dyed her hair, because you have the comedic quality to your character as well, which I thought was really fun. Something I love about Wes Anderson films that he always brings in children. There's always a childlike perception to everything. I'm curious, how did you guys personally relate to Midge and Augie being parents and sort of trying to communicate with these kids?
Oh, great question. Well, it was interesting playing a father of a 17-year-old, but then also of these three triplets who are
the cutest things.
8 or 9, and it was really I found playing a father. I found how much I relied on my son as like another father in a way, like as a conduit to them. He could speak to them in a different language. I think I was, you know what I mean? Like I felt like a father. But, and they're just, it's like I have kids, so it's just trying to get all. But
you were great with them. They loved you.
I love that. So there was a great thing where Wes wanted them to each give them like a Frankenstein doll, like all these creatures from the 50s, like dolls. Yeah. So they were kind of getting into so we went over to their house, and Jake, my son, came with me. He's like, these are the dolls. And they were like, we don't want the dolls. And then he's like, all right, what if I play you? He saw they had a Nintendo Switch. What if I play you in this game and I win? Will you then do it? And like, yeah. And Jake, I guess, is like a ringer at this game. And
He crushed them.
Killed them. And it was so funny because it wasn't even like fair. It was like a joke. He was like, okay, I'll just be this person. Like change all the settings, like code. And it's just like, action. Next, like he beat all 3 of them and then he's like, here's your toys, guys. And like, that was a very helpful parenting. I would never have been able to do that.
You're like, please, please.
Like, just take
I'll give you
hold
candy.
it. Just hold the Frankenstein. Just hold it. But like, yeah, it was so, I liked having my older son.
You could whip them into shape.
Yes, exactly.
That's a really fun memory to take away from this too, like the blending of, you're here and then you're playing Nintendo Switch the next minute.
Yeah.
I love that dynamic between you two. I'm sure I'm not the first person who made the Zoom box connection and that visual there, but I do have to ask about the nude scene. That was probably the funniest part of the movie for me, was trying, stumbling to get through, do I want to see it? And then the dropping of the towel. I have to ask Scarlett, what was it like that day on set? And was that you or was that a body double?
You know what? You'll just have to use your imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll take that. And then lastly here, I want to ask, you guys broke the internet with Can, but this dress was on my feed everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Walk me through the decision-making process.
It was
is like,
beautiful.
Are you nervous going to Cannes? Like, what is going through your mind here?
Mind if I see that really quickly while you're holding?
Absolutely.
Are you creepily in the background?
No, I'd like to see if it's.
Are you looking at all the photographers? And
No,
what
I'm
they're
looking
doing?
at the printing. If it's a inkjet or a laser jet, if this is photo.
I always like to see what the photographers are doing in the background, because oftentimes they're looking for the next person over here, or they've had the moment, and the actor in the front is thinking they're so great and feeling so important and wonderful, and then mostly the people in the
They're
background.
all looking at you.
I think that guy's looking at you. That guy's looking at you. He's
Where?
looking at you, looking at the photo.
Where am I? Oh, he's looking at me right now. Hey, sorry.
What was the idea behind the dress?
Nothing, just to wear something. I worked with Prada to do that dress, and we just wanted something that was simple and elegant. And I hadn't been to Cannes forever. I hadn't been there since I was probably 20. So I even was like, what do people wear to Cannes? It was definitely different 20 years ago, I feel like. Yeah. I just knew I didn't want to wear something with a long billowing train. I was like, I can't have Jason stepping on my train all night. It's going to drive me nuts.
And then I just want to show you, this was your first carpet that we found.
Nice. And it's a parking lot. So it definitely was another era.
What do you remember about this? This look is it again, by the way, this hair.
Thanks.
Braids.
Yeah, I remember it was the Independent Spirit Awards. I think I was 11 maybe. And I mostly remember that that is a Betsy Johnson dress that I bought in New York.
Wow.
Somehow found those matching shoes. So I was feeling pretty pumped about that. Yeah. And I mostly remember that Frances McDormand won for Fargo in the same category. And I was like, I guess I can't feel that bad because it's Frances McDormand for Fargo.
I love it. Are you saving any of those looks for your daughter?
Definitely not that one. No.
That's
no.
okay.
That was immediately probably
Thank
given to
really
Goodwill. I don't know.
I love that Betsy Johnson.
We'll be searching all Goodwills for this.